Okay, so number 2, it says complete each scale with the value that makes it equivalent to the scale of 1 to 2,000. Explain or show your reasoning. So the scale is from 1 to 2,000. I'm putting this in ratio form because we've been talking about ratios a lot, and I want y'all really to make that connection between ratios and scale factor or scale. So notice that 1 and 2,000, it doesn't have a unit, so we could assume that it's the same. So for part A, it says from 1 centimeter to blank centimeters. Well, if the units are the same, which I'm going to underline it, we could say that this is also 2,000 centimeters. So 1 centimeter to 2,000 centimeters. Now, when I convert to meters, meters is a bit bigger than centimeters, right? So I need to divide 2,000 divided by 100. And I'm going to scratch those zeros out. This is like me dividing by 100. And this is going to be 20 meters. So then when I look at 1 centimeter to blank kilometers, well, kilometers is extremely tiny compared to centimeters. So I'm still going to do the same thing, okay? 2,000. And like I said, guys, if you don't get this, it's totally understandable, guys. This is something that was supposed to be done with a group of 4 people. So this was not something meant to be done with like just even one person. But 1 centimeter to the kilometers is going to be, well, I apologize, guys. Kilometers are way bigger than a centimeter. Sorry about that. Kilometers are way bigger than a centimeter. Okay, let me specify that. All right. So now when I get to part D, I still have the same amount of units. So let's look at part A. Okay, part A, I said it was 1 centimeter to 2,000. And I say they have the same unit, so we could assume that it's going to be 2,000. But for meters, I have 2 meters. It's the same unit. So what number do you think is going to go right there? If you guess 4,000, you are absolutely correct. It's almost like I multiplied this ratio by 2 and got my answer. So now let's look at part E. Now part E, we could almost use part B to answer our question, because if 1 was multiplied by 5, and if these are all equivalent ratios, if this ratio is equivalent to this one, then you should get 100 meters. So then for F, it wants you to actually figure out, well, how many centimeters would you have? How many centimeters would you have? Okay, if it was a 100 meters, how many centimeters would you have? Well, you would have to divide 1,000 divided by 2,000. Because remember, just think about that, the other problem we did. Okay. And then it's going to be 0.5 meters. And then if I multiply that by 20, not 20, if I multiply that by 100, I should get 50 centimeters. So then for part G, it says that this would be 10 millimeters. Okay. So just like what I said, guys, this was an activity that was meant to be done with 3 to 4 people and so on. I'm trying my best to explain it. Make sure you study these conversion charts, and so you can really grasp the understanding of this lesson. If you don't understand, make sure you go to your manager session. So let's look at question 3. Question 3 says, what is the area of the large flag? Now, I'm going to have to reference back to the one at the top. And area is length times width, or base times height. So the length is 396 meters. And I'm going to multiply 264 meters to get my answer. And like I said, you guys could use the calculator in the previous slide. So 396 meters times 264 meters. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time writing this, but 264 meters. And then for the smaller flag, let's get our notes from that right now. From the smaller flag, it was 19.8 times 13.2. So here we go. 19.8 meters times 13.2. Oh, it's supposed to be centimeters. My apologies. And I pulled this information from the table up front that we did before. Times 13.2 centimeters. And remember, keep in mind, you can use the calculator, and the area you should get is 104,544 meters square. And this one is going to equal 261 and 3,600 centimeters square. Okay. And then for part C, they said the area of the large flag is how many times the area of the smaller flag. Okay. So what we would do is multiply what? What would you think? What would we multiply? So I'm just going to read directly from the book. It says the scale factor from the height is 2,000. And from the scale factor for the length is 2,000. So the actual area of the actual flag is 2,000 times 2,000 are 4 million times the area of the scale drawing. Okay. So just a friendly reminder, guys, if you didn't understand this lesson, make sure you go visit your manager's session today.